Even closer than we were, before.
I told him before, I said, I no longer have to tell you I love you because you have a piece of me inside you that you still have to tell me. So,
Molly Cohen, News Center 7.
Great story. The doctor said 50% of people who get a kidney from a living donor will still have that kidney in 15 years.
And now, your Storm Center 7 forecast with meteorologist Robert Gauthreaux III.
Robert, here it is Friday night, moving into the weekend, and what's also moving our way is warmer air from the south. Yeah. That's going to do this for our temperatures over the next few days, huh?
It already is, at least a little bit. Now, earlier in the evening, we had a few winds out of the southwest, but now looking at the map, most of our winds are out of the southwest. Now, not very strong, but that southwesterly wind is increasing the humidity, and yes, it'll increase the temperature even more than what it is now. You can see, do have some wind. Now, these are wind gusts, so this isn't sustained, but we had a little wind gust, about 14 miles per hour in Troy, 13 in Sydney, but most of these arrows are coming out of the southwest, and if they were due south, we'd probably get warmer and more humid just a little bit faster, but we're still seeing that influx of moisture and heat across the region, and so temperatures at this hour still 73 degrees in Dayton, 68 in Greenville, though. I think we will get down into the low 60s again tonight. Now, the dew point is up as well. Remember, the dew point shows us how much moisture is in the air. Relative humidity jumps around throughout the day, despite it still feeling muggy or not muggy, but the dew point, well, it stays more or less consistent unless we get a cold front or something. And so last night, dew points were in the 40s, and so it was really dry. But now we're starting to get into the mid-50s and even upper 50s in a few places. So it's a little touch more muggy, but it'll be more humid as we move into tomorrow. Now, last night, most of us actually got into the 50s. In fact, Urbana got down to 52 degrees. We didn't quite reach the 50s in Dayton, but I think fewer of us will actually reach the 50s tonight. I think a majority of us will still stay in the low 60s. And that means it'll still be pretty cool, maybe a little bit cooler than average for this time of year, still somewhat comfortable, but certainly by the late morning hours into the afternoon, temperatures are going to start to heat up. Here's a look at the next 24 hours, down to the low 60s before sunrise, and then as we move into the afternoon, you can see temperatures in the 90s. Now, depending on how much humidity we get, it's possible we could see some feels-like temperatures closer to 100 degrees, but regardless, tomorrow will be a hot day. It'll be fairly sunny, maybe a few passing clouds. One reason for the sunshine and the lack of rain is this area of high pressure. Now, it was off toward the west last night. It's moved across the state throughout the day, and now it's just toward our northeast. And around areas of high pressure, air goes clockwise. And so that's why it's inviting a lot of this air from the southwest at this point, and that's why it's going to get a little bit warmer, and it's going to get a little bit more humid. But it's still close enough to bring us clear skies. You can see a few clouds passing through, but we're generally looking pretty clear from Illinois up through Pennsylvania and New York, and hopefully it stays clear enough. In case you didn't see this morning before sunrise, I know James tried to look at these. You can try yourself too and see 5 planets in a row. Now, to be honest, the moon will probably be a little bit closer to Venus. But if you look, you'll see Mercury, you'll see Venus, you'll see Mars, you'll see Jupiter, you'll see Saturn, and also that's the way we see the planets as we get farther and farther from the sun. We start off with Mercury, we go through Earth, and up to Saturn. So that hasn't happened since 1864. The best time to view this will be about 5:15 in the morning or 5:30. Maybe you're sleeping on a Saturday morning, but you still have a chance to view it. Now, the Futurecast does keep us clear into the morning hours, but by the afternoon, could see a few passing clouds, still staying relatively dry. Then things change a bit on Sunday. The heat is tomorrow, but it's brief because we actually have a cold front coming through Sunday. That could bring a few showers into Sunday morning, a few passing showers, perhaps an isolated thunderstorm, and then once that cold front passes too, we could probably see an isolated thunderstorm or two. As far as severe weather, it's possible we could see a stray strong storm, but overall, the chance for severe weather is rather low. And then as we move into next week, with that cold front coming through, the dry air really allows our temperatures to cool down at night into the 50s for at least a few nights, and then high temperatures struggling to reach the 80s during the early part of the week. Then we eventually warm up to the low 90s Thursday and Friday, but overall looking dry, maybe another chance of rain returning as we get closer to Friday.
Thank you, sir. U.S. House moved quickly today and passed